Hello and welcome, and thank you for visiting the Foodics accounting dashboard. Today in this tutorial I would like to explain conversion balances, and during this tutorial there will be quite frequent screen changing happening, so please pay attention to where I'm going screen to screen. And furthermore, due to the amount of data that I will have to complete, there will be some prolonged moments of silence. But once I have completed the data, I will clearly explain what I have done so that it is as clear as possible for the user. But firstly, before I get into the tutorial, I would just like to give you a brief overview of what this is all about. So, conversion balances. Just a short overview. Conversion balances are recorded either when moving from one system to another, or if the user wants to record an opening balance for a new period. So what I'll do, I'll move into settings, and on this menu screen here, I'm looking at this box, conversion balances. Now, before a user begins to use this function, you have to set a date. So I'm going to set a hypothetical of January 2024 and confirm. So as you can see here, I have some data to complete, but it's currently empty, so please bear with me. There will be silence now. So what I have just done is I've created some hypothetical data that I must use during this tutorial, which will become clear as I move from screen to screen. But before I do so, I just want to explain that there is a possibility of distributing the balance from the bank, either a debit or a credit, to more than one branch or cost center from the distribute function. So this function here, I'll click, and it allows me to choose branch 1, branch 2, and I'll share this capital and save. Okay, so now that's complete, I'm going to proceed to save this, which will enable me to move to the next screen. Okay, here we are. So what I've got here with accounts receivable, what I've got to do is I've got to add an invoice here to open the next screen, which I will demonstrate now. Okay, so again we have some data to complete. So what I want to do is complete the data, so just bear with me. I'm using hypothetical contact AAA. The data is pre-filled. The reference is optional, so I'll leave that for to make this a little bit simpler. But what I'm going to change is the tax element and no tax. So I'm going to use a description of opening balance, quantity 1, unit price 10,000, account I will use 600. So the branch is optional, but again I'll leave this. So I now have a completed invoice, which is contact AAA, hypothetical date completed, description opening balance, quantity 1, 10,000 unit price, without tax, the sales account 600. So I can proceed to approve this now. That's fine, that's done. Successfully approved. What I want to move on now quickly is to another function, which is accounts payable. And what we've got here is a very similar function to accounts receivable, but we have the option to, whereas we had an invoice, we have a bill here. Again, I've got a little bit of data to complete, so just bear with me. Hypothetical contact, references, again optional. The date we're going to use the same, hypothetical date. Planned payment date is optional, we'll leave that blank actually. Again, I'm going to change this to no tax. And just a brief description here, I'm going opening balance again. Quantity 1, unit price 10,000. Account I will use 759. This count here, general. Tax exempt is clear, branch is optional. So I will just run through this data again. It's a hypothetical contact, SSS, reference optional, we'll leave this blank. The date, hypothetical, again, it's matching. Account with no tax, description opening balance, quantity 1, 10,000. General expense account, tax exempt. So as before with accounts, previous account, receivable, we can proceed to approve accounts payable. And that was successful. And what we're going to do now, we're not doing this in any particular order, but I'm going to jump to wages payable. So what I have to do here is along this top line we have pay runs, pay slips. So I'm going to click here. There we go. We're going to choose a date and we're going to go unscheduled. Okay, so we can process this. We're going with the same date that we opened the account with, which is December 2023. So let's create. Okay. So what we have here is a pay run summary, which I can proceed to approve. All data seems to be correct. The date is correct here. Employee is correct, so let's approve this. Are you sure you want to approve? Well, I think we can confirm. And that was successful. So we can go back now. And back again. And what we also have to process is the employee loan. So with this facility, we are going to click Add Loan. Okay, a little bit of data to complete, so please bear with me. We'll go Employee hourly. The date. We will go 2023. Okay, so okay, let's take from here. Sorry about this. There, correct. Slightly different functionality here, so that's what the discrepancy was with adding the date. We have slash, forward slash, rather than hyphen, so that's fine. Let me check the amount. Deduction start date 31. We'll go 31 01 2024. There. Deduction amount, we'll go 1000. Okay. And that's correct, it is from the employee loan account. We're not going to check pay loan via payslip. So what we've got is the data which is complete for employee hourly. Funding date 31st of December 2023. Loan amount 10,000. Deduction start date the month following, which is 31st of January 2024. Deduction amount 1,000, and from the employee's loan account. So what we can do, we can save this now. And we can actually approve because everything seems to be correct. Yeah, okay. We now have an option here to allocate a payment from this function here. So just to demonstrate how this works, I'll go through this for you. So we'll pay this from bank 250. The loan reference is 0001, and we'll add this payment. So that's fine, that's been added successfully. So what we will do now is we'll go back and back to conversion balances. So now that the data is complete through each section, all balances saved will show in reports, which is over here in this section here. So that brings me to the end of this tutorial. So there was quite a lot of information there, and quite a lot of data also, so I would encourage the user to look back over this tutorial at their leisure and familiarize yourself with the process for conversion balances. Well, I would just like to thank you for your attention, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thank you.